everybody, how's it going? It's Jamie the Crafty DIY Guy. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing some earth-friendly DIYs because I am participating in the Save Our Earth collab that is hosted by the Purple Pixie, her name is Crystal, and also co-hosted by Teresa B DIY. Now, before we get into those projects, I do want to, of course, say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for checking out the channel, for being here for a while. If you're my long-termers, my short-termers, my newbies, my OGs, I said it, there you go, then you all know that you are special to me. If you are brand new to the channel, maybe even YouTube happened to recommend this channel to you, then I hope you will stick around. Definitely check out the playlist and the host and the co-host channel, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them right now. Our host this month is Crystal the Purple Pixie on YouTube. She does a monthly Save Our Earth collab on the fourth Thursday of every month. Be sure and check out her channel below, and of course, check out the playlist for our collab. Our co-host this month is Teresa B DIY. Her channel is filled with great DIY projects, and also this month, Teresa is crafting for a cause, and she is donating her May revenue to the Fisher House. The Fisher House provides free housing for military families that are in need of housing to visit loved ones that may be in a hospital that isn't necessarily close to their home base. Hey guys, I also wanted to let you know real quick that before today's collab, I actually did not know about Fisher House. I'm a military brat. My dad was in the Air Force, and Fisher House seems like such a cool project, and I personally want to donate also to the cause. So I'm going to be donating $250 to Fisher House as a part of this collab, and crafting for a cause. All right, now let's get started with the DIYs. Come on, squeaky chair. For project number one, I'm going to take this old wine bottle and I'm going to remove that label with my heat gun. At least I thought I was, and that was a very, very, very strong label. So once I applied some lemon juice to it and scrubbed it, it finally did come off. I took it outside and I'm spraying it down with this Krylon Sea Glass paint. What I love about this is you can really determine how light or how dark you want it. I wanted mine to be very, very dark with some texture. So once I was happy with the color, I took it inside, and this is what it looks like. It is so cool and looks so good in my decor. You could put flowers in it. You could really do anything you wanted with this great bottle. I even love it just sitting on the shelf the way it is right now, especially with that faux geode that I picked up from Dollar Tree. Now for my next project, I'm going to take some oversized popsicle sticks and this half-and-half container and cut it in half. And I'm going to be making a birdhouse. I didn't want it to be really tall because I'm not making a bird high-rise. I'm just making a little decorative birdhouse. I'm going to go ahead and take my two pieces and tape them together. And then I'm going to cut down some of these oversized popsicle sticks to make it look like the birdhouse is made of shiplap. You know, it's kind of supposed to be kind of a shabby looking little birdhouse. It's not supposed to be perfect by any means. And I'm going to take those popsicle sticks that I have cut down to the right size, and I'm literally just going to start gluing them together until I have covered all four sides of my milk carton, or my half and half carton here, in popsicle sticks. And again, the intention of this is to look like a shabby little shack. I'm going to take this top part and just kind of trim that off a little bit. And you'll see that I'm also going to remove the little spigot. I thought about this after the fact, but I probably could have painted that black and made it look like a chimney. Now I'm going to take those leftover pieces and just create some shingles. And then for that area there, you'll see what I'm going to do very soon here. So I'm going to take everything outside. I'm going to spray paint it with some white enamel spray paint. And I did give this a couple coats, and I did a couple light coats on purpose because, again, going for that kind of shabby look. Now, because this isn't going to be an actual birdhouse, and again, don't worry about that little area I'm pointing to. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. But, you know, this is supposed to look like a shabby little birdhouse, not like a perfect little birdhouse. I'm going to add this faux entry kind of here with this wood circle that I had left over from a puzzle. Then I'm taking my dowel rod here and just kind of cutting it off with my Lineman Pliers there. And then I'm going to kind of flatten out that edge. I'm going to paint it yellow because I thought that that would give a nice pop of color to my birdhouse. And then once everything was dried, I did just hot glue that in place under the faux entry of the birdhouse themselves. Now we're going to address this little area here. I thought it would be really cool to take some of my Arteza paint here that I had that almost matches pretty perfectly with this. And I am going to paint kind of the, I guess, would that be the eaves of the house? I guess if this was a real house, I'm painting that area there that you see me painting green. And again, super, super cute. Really love the way that this turned out. It's kind of a shabby little chic birdhouse. It's a perfect thing for a tiered tray or farmhouse accents, any kind of decorative accents that you have. And again, I think that this is super, super cute. Now, when I was at my local Dollar Tree, they were stocking these Octagon Planters, and there were a couple that came in that were broken, like this one here. And I asked if I could buy it for like 50 cents. And the lady that was stocking the shelves told me that I could just have it as a damaged item. So I definitely wanted to figure out something to do with it, and this was the perfect DIY. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my ruler here and just go around the edge here and use my pen to just kind of give me a line. I still can't draw a straight line, even with a ruler. I don't know if any of you guys are challenged that way like I am, but I definitely am. Now I'm going to take my wood burning tool, and I'm actually going to trace that line all the way around the octagon, and I'm going to get rid of kind of that broken part or that first part. And I went with this depth just because I thought it would be a good depth for kind of the shelf I want to do. Now I'm going to take some of the white nautical rope, and I'm just gluing it all around the edges like you see here. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do. The wider the rope, the easier this is going to be. Now, when I brought my two ends together, I kind of made them work, and then I'm just kind of trimming them off here, and then I'm adding a little bit of hot glue kind of in between those pieces to kind of make it look as smooth as possible. Now, I took some leftover rope and tied it in a knot because it was going to create kind of a tassel vibe with this. And then I took the three pieces that make up that rope, and I'm just kind of combing it. I mean, literally using an eyebrow comb here because I could not find my normal comb. And as you can see, it worked out pretty good. I'm then going to take some twine and add that at the base of that knot because I want to give it a little bit of a transition, I guess. And I'm going to make that twine kind of really make it look like that this is an actual tassel. And I thought it added also some really cool texture. So I glued it down on one side, and then I'm just kind of wrapping it around. And then as I'm done wrapping it around, I glue it all in place. And as you can see, I think it worked out really, really good and is a super cute addition to this shelf. But I am not done with it quite yet because I feel like it needs some color. Now I have this great paper from Cricut, and this is their cardstock, and I'm going to trace this out, and then I'm going to cut it out to fit inside of that octagon because I want to have it on the back of the octagon shelf. I want it to just have some pops of color in there, and I love this particular print. If you know me, you know I love anything blue and navy. I made sure it fit properly, and then I added some hot glue into the bottom, and then I'm literally just taking that cardstock and sticking it down to the back so I have the cutest little shelf. And now I have this leftover piece of wood from a previous project. It's a little bit too wide for this, so I'm just going to trim it down with my scissors. If you have a nice sharp pair of scissors and a piece of balsa wood, you can totally do that. I took some Waverly antiquing wax, and I'm just going to stain that shelf. And then I'm going to add some glue into the two corners of where that shelf is going to sit. Because remember that center point where the tassel is, that's kind of on the lower part of the octagon. So it wouldn't look right. You wouldn't be able to really put anything in it. So now that I've got this set up, I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to the back of the shelf itself and just put a picture hanger hook on there. And then I did add a little bit of masking tape on top of my glue while it was still warm. That actually holds really, really, really well. And as you can see, it makes the cutest shelf ever. I absolutely love the way that this looks. Definitely kind of a farmhouse vibe, maybe even cottage core, I've heard. And if you don't like that one area where those two pieces of rope come together, you can see it's a little janky looking here. All you have to do is literally add a floral. I added a Dollar Tree floral with a little bit of hot glue, and it stayed perfectly. Either way is totally cool.